Roll call.
Jost.
Here.
Naker. Yang.
Here.
Bowie.
Here.
Coleman.
Here.
Johnson. Vice President Kim.
Here.
6 present, 1 absent, being Council President Naker, who is excused.
Great. Please stand if you would like and are able to join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Consent agenda items 4 through 10 are before you for your consideration.
Great. I don't believe that anything is being taken off consent, so I'll take a motion from Councilmember Johnson to approve the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
6 in favor, no one opposed. The consent agenda is adopted. Item 11 is final adoption of ordinance 25-54, amending Chapter 11 of the Administrative Code to update the responsibilities of the Department of Human Rights and Equal Economic Opportunity.
Great. I will make a motion to approve, and we'll have some discussion, any discussion on this final adoption. Yes, Councilmember Bowie.
Thank you, Vice President Kim. I just have a point of clarity. Is this the first amendment, or is this the amendment including of Councilmember Yang's amendment around the youth, or is this a different item?
That's a great point of order. So because we did not, we extended the public hearing.
That's not this item.
Yeah, correct. That is the question. So it's not this item, but because that is the action that we took last week, that item is showing up under our public hearing.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Sherry. Okay, any other discussion on this item? Great, I will then take a motion from Councilmember Jost to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
6 in favor, no one opposed. The ordinance is adopted. Item 12 is final adoption of ordinance 25-56, amending Chapter 224A of the Legislative Code to clarify record production processes.
Great. I will take a motion from Councilmember Coleman. Any discussion on the item? Great. So the motion will come from Councilmember Coleman to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
6 in favor, no one opposed. The ordinance is adopted. Item 13 is final adoption of ordinance 25-57, amending Chapter 233 of the Legislative Code to align with state law changes.
Great. I will take a motion from Councilmember Bowie to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
6 in favor, no one opposed. The ordinance is adopted. Item 14 is first reading of ordinance 25-58, considering the application of the Housing and Redevelopment Authority to rezone property at 1059 Maryland Avenue from B2 Community Business to T2 Traditional Neighborhood and amending Chapter 60 of the Legislative Code pertaining to the zoning map.
Great. And this is first reading, so we always have a staff report, and I believe we have a staff member present. Thank you. Stefan Hankerson, thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome.
Council President, council members, good afternoon. Let's see, is that, there we go. Okay. So the application before you is at 1059 Maryland Avenue to rezone the property from B2 Community Business to T2 Traditional Neighborhood. The property is located on the northwest corner of Maryland Avenue and Earl Street in the Payne-Phelan neighborhood. The property is located in a primarily low-density residential neighborhood with some commercial uses at the intersection of Maryland and Earl. Some of the surrounding properties are single-family residences to the north and west, and a church across the street to the east, and some of the commercial businesses to the south, a restaurant, and a gas station. So the application is to rezone from B2 to T2. The applicant is the HRA, and the intent is to rezone from B2 to T2 to provide more flexibility in a potential upcoming sale of the property. There are 4 findings for rezoning, and they were all met for this application. Staff recommendation is approval of the rezoning, and the District 5 Planning Council, Payne-Phelan Community Council submitted a letter of recommendation. There were no other letters in support or opposition. At Zoning Committee, the committee recommended approval, 5-0. There was no public testimony, and Planning Commission recommended approval by voice vote. And happy to take any questions.
Great, thank you so much for that staff report. Any questions? Great, doesn't look like it. Thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Any discussion on the item? Okay.
The ordinance is laid over to October 15th for second reading, public hearing. Item 15 is a public hearing of ordinance 25-55, amending Chapter 224 of the Legislative Code to align with state law changes. Public hearing continued from October 1st.
Great. So I'm going to take a motion from Councilmember Yang to close the public hearing and, oh, right, I do need to call it first. Thank you. Sherry, this is a public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak on this item? Okay. Seeing none, I will take a motion from Councilmember Yang to close the public hearing and motion to approve. Any discussion? Councilmember Johnson.
I just want to say thank you to Councilmember Yang for bringing up just a really important topic, especially surrounding youth wages last week. And for the work and overall discussions that have been through it, I recognize that this was left here just in case there was some sort of amendment to discuss, but I don't want to, I think I'd be remiss to share just that I think it's really important to continue to highlight and uplift the things about this ordinance that we want to see change over time. And so even if that's not happening right now, I just wanted to share my thought, especially around the importance of why we would want to be able to especially promote the fact that we should be addressing some of these holes and spaces where we can provide opportunities to protect all wages, including those that are by young people. And so I just wanted to say thank you for taking a minute to draw a light to that last week, and I did appreciate that, and I appreciated the time that was given to further communicate about it. And even if we didn't want to touch it now, I hope it's a priority for 2026 as well, because the conversation needs to be had. And if that's with policymakers on this side of the aisle, because that's the interest, where the interest lies in addressing it at this time, then great. If there's a larger strategy to changing this particular chapter in the legislative code, especially as it relates to addressing youth wages, I think we should take that step and really look deeply into that. So although the amendment didn't come forward this time, I still think it's important to not just gloss over it as a futuristic idea, because it should be, you shouldn't necessarily have to advocate for something like that, especially because if you do work, you should be paid for it regardless of your age.
Councilmember Yang.
Oh, thanks, Council Vice President. I appreciate your comments, Councilmember Johnson. And I just for context, I wanted to share that last week I expressed my interest in bringing forward an amendment that would eliminate the 90-day youth rate, which basically would allow for employers to pay youths 14 to 17 years old less in their first 90 days of employment. And I decided against bringing it forward just because I know that a majority of the council members are interested in more engagement around it. So I do appreciate, for those of you who got back to me, your swift response around that, and that I'm still very determined and supportive of us eliminating this. And yes, I do hope that it is something we can accomplish for next year.
That sounds great. Thank you. I will just ditto both of those sentiments. I think now more than ever, seeing that the last phase of our 15 rollout just happened as well. there are folks still in the city that are not earning even minimum wage, and so carving out for training time or onboarding time for youth. Feels like we could be doing a little bit better, but what's before us right now is at least matching what the state has provided, and I just am so, so grateful for the tremendous amount of work that's done by our HERO department and our Director Beth Commerce, Deputy Director Beth Commerce, and all the staff work that was done. I know there's a lot of changes at the state, and so keeping up with everything, having the staff time to correct things and bring it to council is a tremendous effort. So deep gratitude that we have something even better before us today. So with a motion to approve, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
6 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearing is closed and the ordinance is adopted. Item 16 is Resolution Public Hearing 25-193, adopting the 2026 operating plan for the Comprehensive Downtown Improvement Special Service District and imposing a service charge pursuant to Minnesota Statutes Chapter 428A.
Great. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here to testify? Wonderful. Perfect. Yep. Come on up. You'll state your name for the record. You'll have 2 minutes to speak if you'd like to. Yeah, I was like, one of you two will join us. And then, yeah, state your name for the record. And of course, please do not forget to sign, write your name down before you
Thank you,
leave. But
Council.
you are a known quantity here. Hello, Joe Spencer. Welcome. So introduce yourself, and your 2 minutes will start as soon as you say your name.
Thank you, Council President and members of the council. I'm Joe Spencer, President of the St. Paul Downtown Alliance. I just want to quickly say thank you for your support of this in the past. I wanted to bring your attention to a couple things. One is the program has really finally reached scale where it can really make a big difference, and I hear just a tremendous amount of positive feedback. We'll have data at the end of the calendar year to share where we can compare 2025 and all the improvements we've made over 2024. I think you'll be impressed as I've been watching them. It's really significant. Second thing I wanted to share is that the board of the DID really took great pains to have restraint in terms of what the budget growth would be, and so there's a 2.7% increase. We believe that that's responsive to the needs of the program and some of the inflationary pressures we see, but we also want to be responsive to a lot of financial constraints that the property owners who have to pay this will face. And then the third thing I wanted to share is that it was a part of our conversation a year ago. It's about the importance of Metro Transit and Met Council sort of paying their fair share. As a reminder, the city and the county both pay voluntarily, essentially into the program on the same formula basis as all the private property owners do, and there was a conversation about making sure that Met Council does as well. They are, and in fact, they're going, I would say, above and beyond. Last year, we were able to secure a contract for 2025 that brings another $800,000 into the Safe and Clean program in the form of having ambassadors posted on all 3 light rail stations from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. 7 days a week. And I think that also has been a big part of the growth and improvement in the program this year over last year. So I just wanted to report those successes and leverage that we're successfully able to bring to bear. And again, thank you for your ongoing support.
Thank you. Perfect timing. Great. Welcome up. You've got 2 minutes. Please state your name and your time will start.
Sure. My name is Michelle Lichtig, and let me know if you need me to spell that. I will. And my address is 26 10th Street West, and I live in a condo called Gallery Tower. I'm here because I'm one of the individuals who pays into this opportunity and assessment, and it's really an important building block to our community. So I wanted to come forward with that because it's kind of hard to take on a new expense unless you start to see some positive impact with these dollars. This has been indeed an expansive year for the Alliance, and I understand that. And what I see for the future, hopefully, is the continued growth, and especially the integration into the residential community, supporting our needs and helping us overcome our challenges living downtown. And for the future, I see this opportunity as being the centralized node where we can start having some more systemic process in addressing needs challenges, and opportunities within the city that involves public government and businesses. So with the systemic approach and the ongoing opportunity that we have with this, working with the Downtown Improvement District, my hope is for development of the downtown, for the growth of downtown, but more important, it's about what's going to happen literally today and tomorrow. And what we need is the livability for those of us who are residents downtown. We feel that we have a helping hand with that through this type of effort. And I just want to mention one last thing. If any of you have had an opportunity to stop and talk with any of the employees, I don't know where they get such phenomenal individuals, but they do. And we really feel, when you're at meetings, the residents feel that they can approach the ambassadors, and the ambassadors really, we want them to make sure that they feel that they're part of the community. And
Thank
indeed,
you.
this last year has created that.
Thank you, yeah.
Thank you.
I'll always leave a little time to give a very nice, well-deserved compliment. Thank you so much. So is there anyone else here to testify on this item? Okay, seeing none, I'll have Councilmember, will you close the public hearing and approve? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
6 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearing is closed and the resolution is adopted. Item 17 is Resolution Public Hearing 25-220, approving the application of University of St. Thomas, St. Paul Seminary, and St. John Vianney Seminary for a sound level variance in order to present amplified sound on October 18th at 2115 Summit Avenue, UST O'Shaughnessy Stadium.
Great, this is a public hearing. Is there anyone here to testify on this item? Wonderful, welcome.
Thank you.
Yep, come on up. You've got 2 minutes. Your time will start. And
Thank you.
yeah, you can see your time kind of clocked down there in the middle. Perfect.
Thank you, Council President. My name is Josh Hangamiel on behalf of the St. Paul Seminary, the applicant in this ordinance. This is to present our annual Rector's Bowl. It's a competition, a flag football competition between the men of our seminary who are being formed to the priesthood and the men of the undergraduate seminary, St. John Vianney, which who are also discerning their call to the priesthood. It is a small event. We expect 300 to 400 spectators, a much smaller event than is typically held at the O'Shaughnessy Stadium. And yet we want to, out of an abundance of caution, apply for this so that we can use the PA system, try to keep it as low as possible, but still be heard over the 300 to 400 people attending. Many larger events take place in this event that we expect to be quieter than, but want to honor the neighborhood as well as the city by applying for this out of an abundance of caution. Happy to answer any questions, but that's all I need to say at this moment.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Anyone else here to testify on this item? Great, seeing none, I'll have Councilmember Coleman close the public hearing and approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
6 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearing is closed and the resolution is adopted. Item 18 is Resolution Public Hearing 25-222, approving the application of Anderson Race Management for a sound level variance in order to present amplified sound on October 12th at Harriet Island, 49 Harriet Island Road.
Great. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here to testify on this item? All right, seeing none, I will have Councilmember Jose close the public hearing and approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
6 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearing is closed and the resolution is adopted. Legislative hearing consent agenda items 19 through 37 are before you for your consideration.
Hey, Vice President Kim and council members, I'm not aware of anyone here to testify.
That is wonderful. Great. Well, I will, I'll take a motion from Councilmember Johnson then. Oh, wait, sorry. Yes, I always miss that. So that means we are taking a public hearing on all of the remaining legislative hearing items from 19 to 37. Is there anyone here to testify on behalf of any of the items 19 to 37? A lot of items going once, going twice. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing, and Councilmember Johnson will close the public hearings and make a motion to approve as amended. Did I do that correctly? Yes, I did. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
6 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearings are closed and the consent agenda is adopted as amended.
Okay. 351, good news from the ward. Sorry, oh my gosh, I looked down to get mine. Councilmember Yang, Johnson, and Jost.
Thanks, Council Vice President. Well, I wanted to share about the Solidarity Street Gallery happening. It's October 10th through the 12th. The theme for this year is We Belong Together. It's an annual fine art exhibition and cultural celebration along Payne Avenue in St. Paul. There's various artists who will be there. Their works will be displayed at several gallery locations, as well as 25 plus business storefronts, transforming Payne Avenue into a walkable street gallery. The times are 5 to 9 on Friday, October 10th. Saturday, October 11th, it's 12 to 8. And then Sunday, October 12th is 12 to 5. And you can also check them out on Facebook at the Solidarity Street Gallery.
Awesome. Councilmember Jost. Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Vice Chair Kim. So one of my favorite events is this weekend. The Highland Water Tower will be open for an open house in hopefully peak fall colors. So you can come to the Highland Water Tower, which is at, let's see here, it's 782 Snelling. I should know that off the top of my head. I just know how to get there. But 9 to 5 each day, and it's over 100 years old, and it's 151 steps to the top, and the views there are great. You can see Minneapolis, you can see St. Paul, and you can watch planes take off from the airport, so everyone is welcome. And then you can also learn a lot more about St. Paul Regional Water and how our water system works. And I'll be there maybe both days, so I hope that folks can join us.
Councilmember Jost. Oh my gosh, I just did it again. Any additional, sorry.
Okay.
Councilmember Johnson.
No worries. I literally was like the first time she looked at me and then it was Councilmember Jost.
I know.
So mine are all district council related. I hope folks are coming to join me this evening at the 50th anniversary celebration from 5:30 to 8 at City House. Separately, I have a few different events for some of my district councils in my ward. SECO is going to be pretty busy this month. They've got several different events that they're doing, but two that I'll take the time to mention is Spooktacular is back, which is like an event that SECO puts on annually, really for the kids and for the families. We will have different businesses out of at Sunray Shopping Center that'll be out on October 25th from 1 to 4. Bring your kids, dress them up in a costume if you'd like, but candy will be available and there will be plenty. We also will be joining SECO and my office will be joining tomorrow as we cut the ribbon to the new Taylor Park in Ward 7. It's a partnership with Kaboom, Parks and Rec, and the Parks Conservancy and SECO. If you want to build, if you're ambitious to build, I will not be building tomorrow. But if you are one of those people that wants to do that, it's all day from 8:30 to 3 p.m. The ribbon cutting will be closer to the afternoon around 1. So I'll be there for that, there for the speaking program, and just really something that I look forward to doing every time that we get a chance. Opening a new park on the east side is always fun. Lastly, Dayton's Bluff is having their annual meeting at the Dayton's Bluff Rec Center at 5:30 p.m. on October 20th. So a lot of things with the district councils. They're a crucial part of the east side. And then I get to go celebrate them tonight at City House.
I will also be joining you this evening at City House for the 50th anniversary because we are done so early. My good news is that our McDonough 14U boys soccer team took home second place in the championship this last weekend. The soccer league is made up of teams participating at the rec centers in St. Paul. So again, this is like if you aren't able to participate in school sports or club sports, this is a really great opportunity to just get involved in a team sport. And not only that, we dominate. So kudos to the McDonough 14U boys soccer team. And then next Monday, October 13th, 5:30 to 7:30, Representative Hollins and I, in response to the ice raids that happened in Ward 5, are hosting a constitutional observer trainer. If you are interested in joining us, there is a sign-up form in order to receive the location details of the event. But please sign up. They're posted on our social media, or if you email the Ward 5 office, we're happy to share that with you as well. News from the ward for Councilmember Bowie.
Thanks, Vice President Kim. I just have three good news events happening in my ward. So this Thursday, or actually tomorrow, Union Park District Council is hosting a community update on the United Village project. I will be there towards the end, but it's tomorrow at the Allianz Field from 5 to 8 p.m. And then this Saturday, part of the St. Paul Art Crawl, Springboard for the Arts is hosting their Fall Fest at Springboard for the Arts, located on University Avenue. It's a Saturday from 12 to 4. Bring your young people or bring yourself. They're celebrating their 10th year anniversary of the Ready Go, the mobile arts program. So that's exciting. And last but not least, Halle Q. Brown and Martin Luther King Center is hosting their ribbon cutting and inviting Timberwolves and Lynx players. They're not, they haven't released the names, but there's going to be a ribbon cutting to a new gym that the Timberwolves and the Lynx in U.S. Bank Stadium have donated for a brand new gym, has a great mural. The executive director, Benny Roberts, had said, let your kids stay up late. But it's going to be in the gym at Halle Q. Brown starting at 5 p.m. And they have a mini camp with some of the basketball players at 7 p.m. So
That's awesome. Any other news from the ward? Great. That is all the work before us, and the St. Paul City Council is adjourned.